Afternoon, YouTube. If you caught my channel review about what my channel is going to be doing, you would have noticed that there was this laptop and another laptop which I featured in another video which I was going to do a review on. And I just got some free time, so I'm going to go do this review on this one. So with me right here is a Dell Latitude E4200, and by the looks of it, and what I think is that this came around like the end of the netbook days. Like, this came after Windows 7, so it had to be like after 2009, so I would say around 2010-ish. I didn't really look it up, but it came around the end because, like I just said, it had Windows 7 on it, professional. And we're gonna see that if you could still use this laptop as a for anything in 2018. So what's inside here is a Intel Core 2 Duo running at 1.4 or 1.40 gigahertz, 3 gigabytes of RAM, 1 gig is soldered to the motherboard, and there is a DIMM slot that could support up to 4 gigs, but I'll later show you in the video, which I had, but I barely understood. And there is a 128 gigabyte SSD. It's not the normal SSDs. It's like a thin, very thin SSD. And you can't put a normal hard drive in this computer. So it's mostly like a Mac. It's like one of the early MacBook Air. It's like the MacBook Air from 2008, like really one of the early ones. But you just get more expandability. And as you can see, that it has the extended battery. And if you caught my other video, I also said that there was a reason why I like the Dell logos in the middle. I think I mentioned this laptop or some other one saying that if the logo's not in the middle, don't put it on at all, because really it looks kind of dumb. Like, that's just my personal thing. Like, it should be like right in the middle, not like off to the side or in the bottom right corner. I know ThinkPads have did that for years, but I personally just like it in the middle and you flip it up. So as you can see, I covered it with some electric tape. As you can see, if you push it down, you can see the Dell logo is upside down. Anyway, that's enough of that. Let's get on to the ports. Starting from left to right, we have VGA video out without the screws, and eSATA/USB 2.0 port, microphone, headphone jack, ventilation, and express card 34, which has nothing in there except the normal dummy slot that the dummy card that they put in there so dust can't get it and debris can't get inside. And below that is a smart card slot, which you don't really see on any modern computers. And as you can see, this was cracked from when I found this at the recycling center. Well, it was more cracked up there also, so I put some electric tape just to at least stop it from cracking more, or anything getting inside the screen, behind the screen, basically. Anyway, let's see the front. The front looks like nothing, but I'm gonna have a really hard time. There's like a very tiny speaker grill. Like, if you see down there, you'll see like a little slot. There's like a very tiny speaker grill under it. The only speaker's on the machine, so it's like that really tiny little slot. And no indicator lights or anything. Anyway, let's see this other side. Starting from left to right, we have the wireless on-off switch, a wireless pairing button, I think. You press it, I forgot, I didn't really find out what it does, but you press it and the light would turn blue. You can see right here. Yeah, see, it turns blue. So I don't exactly know what it is, but the computer's not on, so I don't know what it is. Anyway, a SD card reader with the dummy still inside, so like I said earlier, nothing can get inside. Here's something you don't see on any modern computer. Almost dropped a flashlight there. An IEEE 1394 or Firewire connector, another USB 2.0 port with the charging symbol, and just standard Ethernet. Now then, let's see the back. On the back, there's just a Kensington lock slot, the extended battery, and the normal standard Dell charging jack that most Dells still have. Now let's see the bottom. On the bottom, you have the new Dell charging dock connectors, not like the one I showed you in the other video. And this is not the original battery. This is I think a Chinese battery, which isn't actually that bad. Like I could get like 6 hours of this with like the brightness turned down and everything. The only downside is that these rubber feet came off, so as you can see, probably see, I covered them with electric tape so I don't fall off and lose them. And as you can see right here, charging. Now here's what I was talking about, I was going to mention earlier. You do get some expandability. There's an SSD in here. This says the max is 128 gigs, but this was released years ago, so I'm pretty sure you could put in like a larger SSD. These aren't the standard like 2.5 inch SSDs, these are like really, really thin. And the motherboard can support up to 4 gigabytes. 4 gigabytes of RAM plus the one that's already soldered on there. So you get 5 gigabytes of RAM, which is not bad, but nothing special. Anyway, I just grabbed these off. This is what's in there. Uses DDR3 RAM, but it can't have like can't have like 8 on one side or 8 on the other. It has to be 4 straight. Well, this is similar to what's in there. There's a 2 gigabyte one, but like I just said, you can't have 8 on one side and 8 on the other, or else it won't. The computer won't recognize it, and it'll just try to boot with only the 1 gigabyte of soldered RAM. Anyway, I put one of these in here. See, it's not the 8. Not the 8 boxes on here. Put one of these in here. The computer wouldn't boot at all. Like, I would press the power button, nothing would happen. It would go blue, nothing would happen. It would just wait, and then it would turn off. I would try again, nothing would happen to that. So I was wondering, like, why can't I do it? But the computer's really fine with 3 gigs. It's enough to get by, but I have like a couple of these. And I just wish I could put one of these in here and hopefully the computer will boot, but sadly it doesn't. Anyway, if you have any solutions or comments on like what kind of RAM, maybe I'm using the wrong RAM. I'm not an expert on RAM. I know what goes in the computer, but I'm not an expert 100%. If you want to comment down below, like if you have the similar problem or you found a solution, I wouldn't mind if you told me. Anyway, just rubber feet, the battery, and I kind of don't like the battery, even though you get 6 hours, which is kind of cool. I don't like the battery because it sticks out of the machine, makes it look a little bigger than it should be. I wasn't the one who got the battery. I requested a new battery and I got it from someone, so they gave me this. It was like, that's fine. So I won't really complain, but if I was the one buying it, I'll get like the standard battery that doesn't stick out. It would go like flush with the machine. That is fine. You get 6 hours, so I won't really complain. Anyway, let's see the front. I mean, the top. The top of the screen. On the top, you just have the extended battery. Oh, I didn't put those stickers there. Those were already on the battery. And here are the indicator lights. The Dell logo that's covered up. What the side should look like without being cracked. And before I open up the screen, I forgot to mention, well, if you caught my first video, you would notice that, yeah, I found one of these. So it just uses, so that laptop and this laptop use the exact same Dell charging jack, which is nice. So I just have one that I can hot swap between both of them, which is nice. And I just use the 3-prong. But the only problem is if you bring the computer Like right after, you can notice it's almost as big as the computer and weighs almost as much as the computer. I may be exaggerating, but it is not a light power adapter. It's kind of heavy and bulky. Then again, I got it for free with the sensor, so it's fine. Anyway, I'm pretty sure some of you are eager to see it being turned on, so let's do that. Alright, that's it opened, and there's no webcam, sadly. But I won't complain. Oh, and I forgot to mention, if you guys were wondering like where the product key was, it's under the battery. And I'm not going to show the product key or anything, but it's under the battery, and if I take the battery out, it's going to die because I didn't replace the CMOS battery, because when I got this, it was dead. So it's just the time and so it's going to annoy me. The time and date is wrong. So I just leave the battery charged up enough so I can at least keep the time and date correctly. Anyway, you have a very tiny trackpad, which unless there's settings in there I didn't mess with, but it doesn't do any like two-finger scrolling or anything. Logo, a little bit of paint scratching away. You see Intel Core 2 Duo inside. Windows 7 Professional 32-bit edition. And protected by Credit. I think that is a fingerprint sensor under there. I haven't found any software to do it. I haven't looked really on the computer to see, so I guess. But see, I kind of was picking it away. I was about to scratch it off, but I just wanted to get a video out to show what it was there. It looked like there, so just putting it out there. As you see up there, very tiny microphone jack. Bunch of function keys, and this keyboard is one of my favorite keyboards to type on. You don't have to press it down too hard or anything, but it's just like one of my favorites to type on. And touch sentence volume buttons. So, and enough rambling. So let's see it turned on. Oh, and I forgot to mention while I was giving out the specifications, it has an Intel Graphics Media Accelerator 4500 HD graphics card inside of it. Not the best, but you could get away with like some games, which I will do later in the review. I also forgot to mention the keyboard. It has the embedded number pad, which is nice. Since there's an SSD inside, it's virtually silent. The only problem is the fans kick on very often, so that's like the only thing that's making the machine loud. I just ran some updates, so it's gonna be like this. And if you're noticing on screen that it's a little dark in the edges, that's just what the camera's picking up. So if I hold it up here, but if I hold it the way I'm holding it right now, it's just picking up whatever. That's the other person that had his account on there. I don't want to delete it because there's some stuff that gets transferred across these other accounts. That's just a guest account, which I made for, because sometimes I let my friends use this computer. If it's like you watch YouTube and stuff, so. And I don't want people looking on my account because whatever's on here is private. So they just use that one and they could do that, but. Anyway, let me just type in my secret password. The keyboard does shake if you press it down like a little bit. Just Steam updates. So let's just go to here. Core 2 Duo, 1.4 gigahertz, 1.40, 3 gigs of RAM, 32-bit. I know these also came with, I think, like Windows. What was it? Windows Home Premium, Vista Home Basic, because these weren't powerful enough to run Vista. It's like just a glorified netbook. This isn't powerful enough to run a Vista. These also came with Ultimate and Professional 64-bit, but as you see, this one's just 32-bit, so which is fine. I haven't really found anything different with the versions, except you could only put in less RAM. I'm not going to scroll down Windows activation because this is activated. And you can see I did not run a lot of updates because this is still in Service Pack 1, which I need to do some other time. And if you probably didn't hear, you get the fans just kicked on a little bit. They get much louder though, so prepare for that. And I don't like watch 4K YouTube videos or anything like that. So let's I don't know, let's go to it's a good site. I don't know, CNN.co. He's a little choppy. But you can still read the web page. Oh, now now that you probably saw the top, the loading bar stop, but see, it's fine. Things are loading. Let's do a little something stronger. Let's go to YouTube. Like what's a good video? I know, let's play a classic. Oh, it's like something everyone's probably heard of. Your 360p is fine. So jump it to the max that this one video has. Probably didn't hear that, the fan just kicked on a little louder. I'm not going to show a lot of that because I don't want YouTube to give me copyright issues. I don't know, let's do some... Let's like, what do you people use a computer for? Like, I don't know, taking up Word documents. Let's try that. I did not load the Microsoft Word on here. It came with it, so it's just kind of nice, free. And it was activated and everything, so let's test it. Doing this one-handed, so I type faster than that though. I think this is fine, and you could upgrade this to like Office 2016 or anything. You might want to upgrade Windows first, maybe to Windows 10 or 8.1 or 8, if wherever your heart desires. But see, this does run Office fine. Now let's do something a little more intense. Let's try to play, I don't know, something a little, not graphic intensive, but let's play with something that requires a little horsepower. If you probably just noticed that I cut the video so I could sign in and everything. Because it logged me out for some reason, but I don't know. Alright, I set this on the newest version. So let's see what we could do. You probably noticed I cut it all the way at the bottom of the screen. If you caught my first video, you notice that I really don't like showing my name. About who I am, because I don't know, I just don't want to. So, see, I push all the way at the right corner. If you're wondering, the hot air about coming out of the computer is hot. It's a little warm, but not too uncomfortable. Didn't take too long. Just a bunch of random worlds I was messing around with. Just create a new world. Wow, for an SSD, this is a little slow. No, it's probably due to the age of the SSD, not because there's different SATA speeds. But this is kind of slow though. I know some of you are interested. Let's from the specs. Like 10 FPS. Get a little stuttering, but probably playable. What the settings are. I didn't mess with anything. I usually have them all set to low. Like if you just lower the render distance a little bit. See, like the FPS jumped to 30. Totally playable, so you can light your game on here if you have a desire to. And that's enough of that. Anyway, what I forgot to also mention in the other video, I forgot to give the conclusions. Anyway, I'm going to do it right this time. Would I recommend this computer? Yes. But there are a little bit of limitations. I would recommend finding out more info on the RAM to max that out maybe at 5 gigabytes. I would not recommend this. Also, I would also recommend you maybe get a lower wattage one or something, because what the fan is spitting out can get hot. So if you are typing on your lap, this will get a little bit annoying just on this side. But I have used it, same with the other computer, I have used these both for several, like 1 to 2 weeks. Well, just a little notification on the side with Steam. I have used these for 1 to 2 weeks, and with no problems whatsoever. Like, these have worked perfectly. Like, well, if you like watch Netflix or like internet browse, the fans will kick on no matter what. Maybe I need to replace some of the thermal paste on there, which I haven't gone to the extent to do. But I like this laptop. Like, if I want like to type something up in maybe an air-conditioned room, I will grab this laptop and just type away. Because, like I said earlier, I like the keyboard. It feels really nice. So yes, I would recommend this laptop, but no, I would not recommend this laptop for more than the average consumers or users' personal, well, my, like, more than the average user's, like, personal needs. But it is a nice little netbook-like computer. But anyway, that's just personally my recommendation. Choice is up to you. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.